Hey folks, Sinow here, and welcome back to the Ascension mode series of Slay the Spire. I know I said last time I was considering doing this on Ironclad, but I'm in a silent mood recently, so I think I'm going to do one more silent run. We're up to level 4 now, so bosses are deadlier, which can be quite difficult if you don't build defensively, especially for those big multi-hit attacks they like to do. Obtain a random rare card is very nice here. Well, it could be very nice, it could be rubbish, but I think more than transform 2 cards to lose 7 max HP. I do not like losing max HP for Ascension very much, especially as the silent. I'm going to do this. Alchemize, okay. Those of you who have watched me play a little bit know that I really like Alchemize. I think it's a good little card. Kind of gamble, yes, but I think it is a good card. And unless you inevitably get Sozu, which I bet you any money one of the things that I get, one of the relics I get offered up here is Sozu after I beat the boss. I will bet you $1 billion now, everybody watching this YouTube video, if I get offered Sozu after beating the first boss, you owe me $1 million. And if I don't get offered Sozu after beating the first boss, then I will divvy up $1 million between each person who watches this video. Dear God, I really hope I get offered Sozu. Okay, so putting aside my terrible gamble, I also have now turned on fast mode, which makes the runs hopefully a lot quicker. Might make the videos a bit easier to watch in the long run, which I'm quite excited about. And I've also reduced the size of my face cam so that I don't block the HP of the enemies, because I think in the last video I did that and it makes me feel like a complete dumbass. So apologies for that, folks. Fast mode obviously makes it a bit hard to comment on every single play that I make, because everything's going by at like Alvin and the Chipmunks speed, but I'll try my best to keep kind of telling you what's going on. I had lethal there, why am I blocking? To keep commenting on the plays that I'm making, unless it's like a really heavy combo deck, in which case, once you get a feel for it, I'll probably go into autopilot slightly. But let's see. I really like backstab now. 0 energy backstab for 11 damage, because you already get too many cards usually in your first hand to play them all unless you have like a boatload of energy. So I feel like just doing 11 damage at the start of a fight can really work out nicely. So you gotta be a lot more careful with these lose HP events. Old coin for 300 gold though. And there's a shop here. Could be quite nice. Unless I decide to do something else. Definitely. Old coin is kind of boring, but that extra chunk of gold can really make or break a run if you manage to get a good relic from it. To be honest, you kind of don't really want to use the shop to buy cards. The optimal play is to use the shop for removal and to buy relics and to get the cards that you need from fights. That's one of the reasons why we fight so often on Zone 1, folks, is because we want to build up that library of cards without having to rely on the shop to plug holes in our deck. I love all of these cards. I think I'll go for Die 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 though. Great card there. I'm going to get an elite regardless of what I do. You do genuinely want to upgrade as much as possible. This is a bit dicey having 2 elites, but then I get a campfire, a shop, then a campfire. Whereas with this route, I would get... let's say I don't take this one, okay? Because I feel like that's probably a bit underwhelming. Let's say I take this route. Campfire, elite, campfire, elite, campfire. Okay, I think actually that's a better route overall. You just want to make sure that your cards are upgraded, because like every time that you play a card that's unupgraded, you can run out of energy and not be able to play cards in your hand, but you want it so that every card that you do play is at maximum efficiency, you know? And also, the more you upgrade cards, the more you can play more cards. So upgrading is definitely the most valuable thing you can do. I think applying 3 weakness is good enough to keep that potion. I like Cloak and Dagger. Even if you don't end up building into a Shiv deck, it's not terrible. Alright, so if I backstab and strike him, he's gone. But I might want to backstab and strike the fat gremlin because the weakness makes it very difficult to start killing off the other ones later. I think this will do. It's 2 damage, yeah, but having weakness... Oh, I forgot about the shield guy. Okay, hang on, that's a problem. There goes Shieldy. Shieldy boy. A Cloak and Dagger here. Get rid of you. And then if I neutralize him, I think it'll take away more damage than it gives him from the strength. Just. And then there's a strike. Good. Accuracy, riddle with holes, or poison stab. So backstab and cloak and dagger, neutralize. We could get something of a kind of machine gun deck going on here. Shiv heavy. If I take accuracy, that's a very big commitment to trying to get as many shivs as possible, which can backfire. But let's, you know what? Let's go for it. Let's go for it. And then Smith, to be honest, it's gonna have to be neutralized, isn't it? Neutralize is just too good to not upgrade. Just too good. Because the 2 turns of weakness is just so much better than 1 turn of weakness, I assure you. There's a nice chunk of damage out the gate there. Survivor will give me the defense that I need for this turn. I guess accuracy for the Cloak and Dagger that I know is coming up. My potions are quite good here. And there's the lethal already. An energy potion. These poison cards would only be good if I get Venom and I use kind of like an Envenom poison Shiv deck. Sucker Punch is quite good for applying weakness over and over. So I think I'll take it. I think being able to stack weakness is somewhat underrated. And if I have more weakness, I'll take this energy potion now. Okay, this guy is actually particularly weak to weakness. I know that's a really dumb thing to say, but it's true. It's a shame though I didn't get neutralized and Sucker Punch in the same hand. That's way better as a combo. I'll take this 6 damage because 18 damage is coming right up. 7 damage Shiv is very nice. He's going to do 20 to me now. So I think taking the block potion here. I would alchemize, but it's another skill. I don't really want to do another skill to give him even more strength. He's angry and red enough as it is. Okay, this is quite unfortunate. I actually should have kept the weakness potion. I'm already chunked down pretty big. Singing Bowl, whenever you skip, basically you can get 2 max HP instead. I like Skewer. I don't know if Skewer is very good in a deck like this unless you have something like Shuriken or Kunai where you're rewarded for playing extra attacks on a turn. I don't think it would work until I get one of those relics. And Slice is nice if I have more draw because it plays into the whole Shiv thing, but I just don't know if I have that yet. So let's go for the max HP, which is also like a very small heal. I don't want to do an extra elite, unfortunately. I've kind of screwed it up by taking too much damage, so I'm going to have to take this easier path, which is unfortunate, unless I rest here and try and do this elite, which I actually... I'm going to risk it for a biscuit. Dead Branch. Dead Branch, baby! When you exhaust a card, you add a random card to your hand, and if I use Shivs a lot, then I exhaust them all the time. Yes! Okay, I've never had an exhaust... I've never had a Dead Branch into Shiv deck work before. I've just never had the opportunity. So I am pretty damn hyped for that. Well laid plans, thank you. Grand finale. Oh. I've never taken that card before in my entire life. Oh, give me a reflex there. If I defend again, I've got full block, so I think I'll do that. Choose a card to retain. Can I make Grand Finale work? I don't think I can. I don't have any way to manipulate the draw. That might have been a mistake there. If I draw 5 cards next turn... Let's just get rid of this guy. And defend twice. Yeah, there's nothing here that I can do. I'll draw 5 cards, and then there'll be 1 card that I can't do anything with, unfortunately, so I can't make Grand Finale work just now. I'd be better off having an extra probably an extra strike just to make sure. Because if I use an energy potion, I might be able to get lethal, where otherwise perhaps I might not. Oh, that's such a shame though. I could have had a Grand Finale. I would have been a genius. I want to keep Survivor. Definitely the safest option for sure. So these cards actually exhaust, so I'm going to get tons of weird cards after this, which is pretty cool. Doppelganger. I can play that just now. Calculated gamble, discard your hand, then draw that many cards. There's not much point in me doing that. So I'll just let this happen. And I'll keep Survivor just in case. Oh, this is probably my favorite relic in the game. It's not the best relic. I would say Paper Crane is the best relic, but it's my favorite relic. Because everything just kind of goes like wacky bizarro land as soon as you get it. Start your turn, deal 3 damage. That's not a bad relic to have. And Venom. Oh, what a run I'm having here, baby. This is amazing. I want a Smith here and then maybe rest at the next one so that I'm ready for the boss fight. I think having Envenom go down to 1 or having 2 shivs would be the best here. Let's have Envenom go down to 1 so I have more chance to play it, because it's very awkward to play otherwise. Sneckle Skull, whenever you apply poison, you apply an additional 1 point. Are you kidding me? This is a dream run. This is crazy. Now the question is, do I want to remove a card? And then, can I get Thinking Ahead as well? No, I can't. No, I can, actually. Getting Old Coin early is actually really helped out. So this is, once you upgrade this, it doesn't exhaust. It's a free 2 draw, and you also get to set up a card. So Thinking Ahead is very nice, as is Pen Nib. But I feel like I'm not really playing big attacks. I'm playing lots of attacks. So Pen Nib isn't really as useful as you might think. So I'm gonna take, pardon me, Thinking Ahead. You might not think that Thinking Ahead is very good, but I assure you it's surprisingly useful. Expertise is also a great card. It used to be that every time you upgraded it, Expertise would give you more block, which people weren't really using. It cost 2 energy and it just wasn't very useful. I'll leave it for now though. Mind you, getting an Expertise now would be quite nice. No, I'll leave it for now. See what luck gives me. Okay. So I can definitely backstab to get rid of this louse immediately, which saves me having to block that. In fact, do I even need to? Because I'm going to apply, what, 2 poison. Well, I want to neutralize this one. Okay. So that's 10. I could Sucker Punch to get rid of him, and then backstab him for more damage. Because I already have 2 turns of weakness there, right? So there's infinite bleed. I wouldn't really play that. Okay, that's a half block. Not bad. Not great, but not bad. There's an Alchemize. So I won't need to defend or Survivor, so I could put that on top of my draw pile. That exhausts. Another exhaust. Bane. Bye. Oh, this is such a good deck. I can't believe how good this is already. Strength potion, very nice. Endless Agony, although it's not a Shiv, it would help out because whenever you draw it, you get 2, right? So I would be exhausting a lot more for more dead branches. I think that's worth it. Alright, bring it on, Slimy. Some Venom. Let's start the Venom train off. Draw another card and get rid of Underhanded Strike. Survivor for 8 block, which is kind of what I want. Backstab for free. Thinking ahead. I could save Bullet Time for next turn. I think Sucker Punch is safer and I can save melees for later. Probably. Yeah, I think that's worth it. Because it would be a bit of a weak melees and like he's about to change form anyway. Oh, I don't really need Bullet Time now. That's a shame. So he's going to take 11, which will put him under the threshold regardless of what I do, unfortunately, so I might as well just attack. That wasn't a very good split, to be honest. I've had better splits, but it wasn't terrible either. So this one applies frail to you over and over, and this one applies weakness to you over and over. My deck is doing quite well offensively, and every time I put poison on something, it's like already gets quite a lot of poison regardless. So I might want to try and get rid of the frail guy first. I usually try and get rid of weakness because weakness just makes it harder to kill, right? Now I'm like getting so much less block than I should do. Let's see, Finisher, which would do... Oh, I've only played 1 attack, so it would do 4 damage. If I drink an energy potion here... So he's just gonna die now. Luckily, because it's only Ascension 4, the bosses are deadlier, but I fully heal after a boss fight, so I'm pretty safe still. Burst. Terror would be nice. I just didn't quite get him down, but After Image really saved me there. I would quite like After Image in this deck, just kind of permanently. If the game feels like giving me that, I would not be opposed to it. Just wants to do that. Do I have lethal here? So I've got 13 plus 6 from the poison. Yeah, I don't need to defend. should I say at least 6. I can just do like a big malaise on this one, I guess. I can just backstab it as well. Oh, sure, why not? Oh my god, I can't believe how good this deck is. I am having a great time. This is going to be such a good run. Is that hubris for me to say that? Who knows? Speaking of hubris, we're about to find out whether you win the bet or I win the bet. So remember, folks, if I offered Sozu here, I win the bet. If I don't, I owe you guys $1 million. Doppelganger, I think, is nice. It's the best one here. Oh, what do you know? Big surprise. There's Sozu. Give me that $1 million, yeah? I'm waiting. Okay. So, what are we thinking here? Unfortunately, I don't have any block cards. Otherwise, I'd love to do Pandora's Box. But I feel like Astrolabe is Pandora's Box, but safer. The extra energy would be very nice here from Sozu. I'm not gonna lie, but Alchemize also has the exhaust on it, so it's quite a nice card to play for me because I get a random potion and I exhaust. So I'm gonna make the very unusual decision to not take Sozu. Ah, maybe I should though. Four energy is very nice. Regardless of, like, the extra energy upgrade from 3 to 4 is massive in comparison to everything. No, you know what? I'm gonna commit. Let's do Astrolabe. Let's do 2 strikes and 1 block. What did I get? I got Dagger Throw plus, Skewer plus, and Dodge and Roll plus. I'm not a huge fan of Dodge and Roll plus, but it's not bad. By all means. Skewer plus I really like. And Dagger Throw plus is also very good. So yeah, you know what? Could be worse. Could be a lot worse. It was a very kind of balanced upgrade there overall. Okay. No elites, please. The elites in this 4 are disgusting. Thanks, TY. I can already see a path that I want to take that has no elites and campfires. Up this way, yada yada yada, bing bamboo. Let's do it. Nice, okay. Oh, Predator. I need to think about how I want to play this. Bearing in mind that I'm doing all of this crazy stuff right now. It's almost a bit hard to keep track of what I'm doing. So that's gonna do 6 to me. Unless I unload on it. Which might be the best choice for me to do. Wow, Dagger Throw plus is the same as unload, except the discard, sometimes you want to discard, so I can see why that's a thing. Maybe like this was the best choice. I didn't get to stop him from doing a buff, but I can concentrate on him coming up and get rid of him, because these guys are going to just be useless now. I actually didn't get enough to make him fall on the floor, which is very unfortunate. So I'm going to use a block potion here. And dodge and roll. If I had a 3rd attack, I wouldn't have really been bothered, but... Might as well shiv you. I only need to skewer once. Oh, well, backstab helps. There we go. And then get rid of you. Oh, I cannot tell you how much this deck is amazing. I like Catalyst, but I feel like Catalyst is a dead draw for me for a very long period of time until I get to use it. Like, yes, on bosses it would be nice, but I'd basically be drawing it a lot and then kind of sitting there. I probably will want to use it eventually, though. Okay, I'll take it, because I will eventually start building up poison on bosses. But it is a bit of a risk. I could just doppelganger next turn, couldn't I? Or I could just skewer for 30 damage. I think the guaranteed 30 is nice. I'll just wait for doppelganger. Because, like, what am I going to do with the energy? The thing I want to... Whoops. Just punched my studio light there. The thing I want to do most with my energy is damage, right? So... most of the time, anyway. Ugh. 5 damage? Well... not great. Not terrible. There are certain cards that I overvalue and certain cards I undervalue for sure. And I think... one of the cards... or, like... I used to really undervalue cards that were, like... use up all the rest of your energy to do something. For some reason, I used to think they were terrible. And now I'm a big fan of them. Like, I used to think Whirlwind and Skewer were too dangerous to play. And now, if anything, I go for them above all else. In fact, I probably overvalue them now. I think another Cloak and Dagger would be really nice. Although I wish it was upgraded, but there's time for that. Oh, yeah, Cursed Tome. I have enough HP to afford this. Start of each combat, add a random power card to your hand and it costs 0 to the end of the turn. Nice. Kind of random, but nice. Accuracy is a very nice random power card to add to my hand. Let's see if I can dagger throw into... nope. Well... there's a doppelganger. I really... oh man. You know why I love roguelikes? Roguelikes are all of the fun parts of RPGs. And that's why I like them. What do I want to put in my next hand? Maybe this. Okay. Like... roguelikes are all of the kind of fun, barely surviving, thinking on your feet, gambling aspects of RPGs that I think RPGs are at their strongest when they go for. Some JRPGs recently have gone for like this kind of power fantasy thing where everything's kind of safe and your characters are very good sometimes. And I just feel like that's not nearly as interesting. Whereas with roguelikes, you have to kind of think on your feet a lot and there's a lot of kind of fun strategizing, and usually they're quite hard, so you're sometimes like just gambling and hoping you get lucky is the best strategy. And that's what I love about them, because I love gambling, and this kind of feeds into my desire to gamble. I'm gonna keep the weakness up on him. Steko Skulls applying the poison pretty nicely for me here. These Endless Agonies are terrible when you have the Steko thing going on. My goodness. Thanks, I guess. Get out of here. God damn it, Steko. It's because I didn't pray, isn't it? Would another Cloak and Dagger be terrible overkill? Yes, probably. I would rather upgrade the ones that I've got than have it yet another Cloak and Dagger, I think. Especially considering I only have 3 energy at the moment. I don't want to go too ham. A free footwork is absolutely welcome in the Church of Sinow, my friends. It's nearly a full block right there. Footwork, one of my favorite cards. As boring as it is, it gets the job done. I kind of want to use a strength potion on the boss here. But I feel like it's kind of a waste to not use a potion when I can alchemize for another one. And the regen potion would be good, but I don't know if this fight... You know what? This fight probably will last 5 more turns, so let's do that one. Don't need to do any of this, so I'll just wait. Even if it doesn't last 5 more turns, hopefully this fight will last... Okay, I need to use a block potion here. Never mind. Enough turns for it to be worth it. So he's going to do 18 and I have 17, so that worked out really nicely. Another sucker punch to keep the weakness on, I think, is definitely the order of the day here. Oh my god. I can't keep up with the commentary to explain what I'm doing here, folks. Okay, I think I'd save more energy by getting rid of him now than I would by trying to delay the fight so I get more regen potion. So whatever, I'll just get rid of him. Calculated gamble? No, I'll go for the max HP, I think. Although calculated gamble is very nice for that kind of... It's like if you're driving... Imagine James Bond is driving in his Aston Martin and he's got the person, the spy, Russian spy, Kremlin plant or whatever comes down and starts like beating the hell out of him. And James Bond's like, how am I going to get rid of this Kremlin spy just wailing on me? And then he sees the wall in the distance and he's like, right, that's it. I can afford another Aston Martin. And he starts to put his finger? He starts to put his feet down, pedal to the metal. He drives right into that wall, and then right at the last minute he presses the eject button for his parachute to come out, and his seat jets up in the air and he parachutes up, and the Kremlin spy explodes into a shower of flames, and James Bond escapes to tell another tale, live another day, die another day even. That's what calculated gamble is, that eject button. This long-winded metaphor, that was what I was going for. I hope you enjoyed it, because I know I did. Cloak and Dagger, easy upgrade. 2 shivs. A free Venom. Let's fucking go. Everybody gets a million poison. Bullet time, absolute waste. Doesn't matter. Don't care anymore. I'm unstoppable. I'm a genius. I'm Kanye. This deck is just... This is a dream. I've dreamed about decks like this happening to me. So... I could wipe out him. In fact, I'm gonna... And then I'm gonna thinking ahead and put the Cloak and Dagger on top of my pile for the next turn. There we go. This is working out great. We're only 30 minutes in, folks. Strap yourselves in. It's gonna be a fun one. Piercing Whale. I love Piercing Whale. I also like Bane a lot, and I think Bane would be a very high damage card for this deck once the poison starts to kick in. But I don't know if that's kind of... I already have a lot of attacks, so I think I'll just take the max HP here. I don't want to clog up the deck and then not have enough block for a turn and die because I just had too many attacks, you know. I'm already doing a lot of damage through kind of sheer entropy. I want to put Survivor on top of my deck, I think. Oh, 1,000 cuts! Would be really nice for this fight. Or just for my deck in general. But it's not the end of the world if I don't get to play it, so... Let's use Doppelganger for next turn. I think that extra energy card might help me, because he'll probably attack now. Yeah, so I want to make sure I'm getting the block out. So if I Venom, neutralize, Sucker Punch. Survivor. Hopefully Underhanded Strike hits him. There we go. Just that great synergy. I would say... I was talking to a friend recently about whether we prefer the Ironclad or the Silent. And I still prefer the Ironclad. And I think one of the reasons for that is because the Silent feels like... How should I put it? Well, actually, my friend put it very well. Wolf, if you're watching, hi. I know he watches my videos. The Silent feels like her thing is just having a lot of good cards. As opposed to, for instance... Like, with the Ironclad, you build into archetypes a lot more. The Ironclad has very definite deck archetypes that you build. Whereas with the Silent, there's a lot of kind of just having good cards at play. And it doesn't quite... Yes, there's archetypes you can build in Silent, but a lot of the time you're just kind of... You generically build towards cards that work well and then hope for the best, I feel is a bit more common. Obviously, there are some builds, like a Shiv build, for instance, that I'm doing now. With a splash of poison, if you will. Get rid of you. And then neutralize this guy. So I'm going to take 9 from him now. I'll use dodge and roll. So yeah, I just feel like I prefer the Ironclad because there's more definite archetypes, and I'm kind of a sucker for flavor and having like really tight decks in like every card game where you kind of build around a theme and you really go for that theme. If I calculated gamble here, well, Grand Finale would be gone, so what's the point? I want this to work, but it just doesn't work out for me. It probably wasn't... Maybe Sucker Punch would have been better there, actually. But yeah, Silent has like a problem where like a lot of the cards are just good, but they're not really an archetype. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. No, I'm gonna draw 5 cards. Yeah, I'm gonna draw 5 cards. One of them is Grand Finale. Oh, I've gone up to 6 now because he shuffled something into my deck. Oh, you suck. Okay, he's gonna do 31 to me here. Never mind me thinking about whether or not I can play Grand Finale. Can I survive this turn? Not another... You're kidding me. Let's use an energy potion. If I acrobatics, I would go down to 5, then he would put another thing in my deck, so I'd be up at 6. I'm just gonna play the block, I think. Anyway. I hope I haven't totally screwed up there. I may have had lethal with the fire potion, I'm not sure. There was a lot going on at once. Yeah, I was gonna say, these are mostly dazed cards now, aren't they? I think I had a bit more block than I needed there. Dancing around the dream of Grand Finale, but it's not working out. Okay. So all of these days are going to exhaust now. I'm going to draw 5, so Grand Finale is useless. Unfortunately. One day I'll make a Grand Finale deck work. But today's not that day. Punch him in the face because I'm frustrated with him. You made me bleed my own blood! I would quite like a Blur. Especially an already upgraded one. I feel very safe when I play Blur. I value safe. Ooh, a free... Wraith Form isn't a very good card, but if it costs 0, it's a lot better, as you can imagine. Should probably Cloak and Dagger first, because the double exhaust means that I'm about to get some wacky shit, probably. Yeah, let's use Blur for next turn. He's only going to buff himself anyway and start the ritual, so he's going to die. But I hope the third character has like very definite archetypes. I just prefer that style. Oh nice, a free block there. So I'm up to 24. Actually, I don't really need that, but... Because I feel like the Silent, like my friend said, definitely suffers a bit from just having lots of good cards, as opposed to having like a really concrete archetype. I could do 50. With a Venom. Or I could have done... See, if I hit Skewer for 20 and then Fire Potion, that would be 40 damage, and then I could Poison Potion and he'd be dead this turn. I think that's worth it. I don't want to take the damage. Yeah, Infinite Blades is probably worth it here. Again, though, I'm getting quite bloated. I need to be careful. And I think I want to upgrade the other cloak. Actually, I'll upgrade you. Well, it's kind of working out quite well with the exhaust because of obviously the way exhaust works for me. So maybe just Cloak and Dagger. Mind you, I'm going to want to keep playing this during the boss fight though. I'll upgrade Cloak and Dagger because it's kind of doing a lot for me with the wacky exhaust mechanics. So if I give him a blue, I get my HP back. If I give them a rare, a yellow, I get my HP back and I get a max HP buff, which would be very nice. So, as much as I like Alchemize, and it works quite well for this deck, it might be worth me getting rid of it now. I might regret that. We'll see. Okay, well, there's a lot of poison coming out. Finisher would do 18 damage now, and it would apply 6 poison. So if I use Finisher on this guy in the end, he's dead. And I think just maybe a Blur to help me out on the next one. Get the die out. Expertise. Nice. Oh. I'm trying to like click on the card that I want there, but I can't. Now this is a fun combo. And then I can... Well, I already have the block that I need. I could expertise back up again. Or I could do 30 damage here. I think that's worth it, actually. But yeah, concentrate into expertise is obviously a very good combo. Or the other way about, if that's the way it works out for you. Swift Potion, and I like Dagger Spray. I like Dash a lot, but I don't have a lot of energy. Maybe Dash because it's very reliable, and if I get an extra energy relic, which I'm hoping I do, it'll be worth it. And then for the champ, Catalyst isn't quite as useful, so I'm gonna upgrade Thinking Ahead here. So I can keep using it during the fight to draw more. It'll make my deck smaller and it'll make me cycle more, which is kind of important. A free footwork is a great way to start this. Keep playing cards to see what I get. Oh, nice. There we go. Very nice indeed. I love leg sweep. I am big into leg sweep. Let's Thinking Ahead here. What I want to keep for the next turn. There's some cards here that I don't really want that I've been given now. Maybe Dash just to be safe. And Neutralize. Now he has 4 weakness. And the Blur here. And Venom, good. Oh, cheeky Caltrops maybe would be nice. I could go for that. Caltrops is one of my favorite silent cards. It's not that good though. I wouldn't really take it over a lot of other things that you're offered, but it is a fun card. Alright. Nice. Free turn to play Infinite Blades here. Die would be unfortunately kind of wasted here. So I'm not going to play it just now. In fact, I shouldn't have attacked there because of Art of War. That was really dumb. I don't know why I did that. That was a misplay. Storm of Steel is very weird with this deck. Because I'd discard my hand, turn them all into shivs, and then each shiv would exhaust, so I'd end up with like a really random deck. It's going to do 18 to me. There we go. The only problem with this deck is that I very quickly get a really random ass deck that's totally out of control with the way that it works. And that can be a bit of a problem. Like having so many random ass cards that you don't really know what's going on can be kind of an issue. Okay, I want to keep the weakness on the go. A lot of the name of the game for Silent is keeping your weakness up on the boss. Well, that's a lot of extra damage with Bouncing Flask here. I think it's worth it. There's Corpse Explosion, which might actually come in useful later. But he's gonna get rid of it. So it's a shame that I can't keep Corpse Explosion because he's going to get rid of all his debuffs. And I could have used Corpse Explosion actually to use the poison up before he gets rid of it anyway. It's a shame that I haven't got that opportunity now. I could, however, catalyst it to just make it do like a big chunk of damage right before it goes away. Choose a card to put top of your draw pile, probably Blur. So yeah, he's gonna get rid of poison, but he's gonna take 77 damage first. I think that's worth it. $79 now, I guess. It's a shame I couldn't explode that though. That would have been great. Alright, here we go. Start applying the poison again. Crippling Poison would be quite nice. Usually I hate this card, but I think I'll go for Blur. Make sure I do want him to be weak for the next turn coming up, and I have 30 cards on my deck. Who knows what I'm going to draw at this point. 21 times 3. That's really nasty. we just go for the bouncing flask here and try and just kill him quicker. Even though I know that dash would have given me more block there. I just... Like, he's got so much poison now. This sucks, yeah, but I'm going to fully heal from Ascension not being that high, and he's basically dead as it is, so... There's corpse explosion. That's a nice way to end it. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. 1,000 cuts is quite nice for the shivs that I'm playing. Especially when upgraded, it does 2 damage for every card that I play, so that's really good. Ooh. Sneko Eye would be the wrong choice for this deck, I think. Yeah, Sneko Eye wouldn't work for this deck. And Question Card, it's a very underwhelming upgrade, isn't it? Especially when you're like me and you already have the kind of cards that you want. So I'm going to take Eternal Feather. It helps me get some HP back, right? Oh, Time Eater. Every time I build into shivs, Time Eater comes along. But at least I have the ability to poison things. And that's going to be key here. There's a really heavy upgrade path with lots of merchants at the beginning if I take the left and then go over to the right. So I'm doing that. Alright. Let's take 1,000 cuts already. Nice. Yeah, that's gonna work out really nicely in this deck. I wish it wouldn't keep giving me Eviscerate. I suppose I could just like shiv it up a little bit. Yeah, I'll get rid of him for sure here. And it means I can play Bouncing Flask on him if I want. Which is 12 poison for 2 energy, which is just... Mwah. This is wild. Just wild. Let's keep Catalyst. Actually, like... I actually thought to myself the other day how I've never had a deck like this before. Never had a girl like you before. I'm actually going to take quite a lot of damage here. 22 to be precise. Might have screwed things up a little bit. I haven't got the ability to draw energy. I'm wondering if I should just play the blur or if I should try and draw something. Although, what would I draw? Nothing could really save me here unless I Endless Agony into some crazy thing. Nah. Just gonna hedge my bets. Take the L, if you will. Hopefully heal it back up as I go up. There we go. Not ideal, but it wasn't terrible. Considering I've got the Time Eater coming up, Noxious Fumes would be, what, 5 poison a turn? No, 4 poison a turn. Which would be nice. I think I'll take that. And then I really don't want to build much more in this deck now. Apart from Kunai. Because even though, obviously, I'm not supposed to be playing a lot of cards per turn, or too many cards because of Time Eater, I think this will really help me escalate to the point where I'm safe, and that's what I want. And I'll get rid of a strike to thin the deck out, because the deck is getting a little... It's not huge, but with all the Shiv action going on, it's going to be a problem. Alrighty, free Caltrops. I'll take that. Wow, a lot of dies here. Masterful stab, yeah, right. That'll happen. I think I'll use a fire potion actually. It's a bit of a waste though. I just don't want to take the damage. So I've got... I really don't want to take any more damage. Play it safe. But yeah, one thing about this game that I really like is that when you watch people play it on Twitch, for instance, or on YouTube, you begin to sort of see after a while what cards they undervalue and what cards they overvalue. It's a bit like poker in that aspect. Poker players kind of build up over time a knowledge of the other players at the table, what cards they tend to kind of go for. Like if, for instance, like some players overvalue their ability to get a straight, for instance, so they tend to bet very heavily into what could be a possible straight in Texas Hold'em, and then sometimes it comes through and sometimes it doesn't. And if you're a poker pro, then you actually begin to know these things. You kind of take notes on the other people at the table and sort of compile in your head a knowledge of what their strategy is and stuff. And that's what I like about this game, because I can't remember if I said this earlier, but I used to really undervalue energy cards that get rid of all of your energy for that turn and it ends your turn sort of thing. I used to think they were like too much of a risk, it'd be a terrible way to play. And now I think those cards are great. And I think I was an idiot. So things like Whirlwind and Skewer, I used to be like, oh, it's too risky. And now it's like, what are you, an idiot? Those cards are great. I actually can't kill him this turn, which is kind of bullshit. I can, however, block him. I don't know if... Apologies, I can't remember if I said that earlier this episode or not, because I tried to record an episode of this beforehand, and then I had my computer cut out energy-wise. Sometimes my computer just randomly completely runs out of energy and dies on me, and I have to restart it. And I can't remember if that was this episode or last episode that I said that, but it was a point that bared repeating, folks. I assure you. Really fascinating, yeah, yeah. Oh, sadistic nature would have been so good. Tiny Meter does a lot of multi-hit attacks, so actually bronze scales can gradually build up quite a lot on him. But I'm probably going to do most of my damage from poison. And I think I should get rid of a defend, perhaps. I mean, if he attacks me, what, 10 times, that's 30 damage. Do I have another merchant coming up? Not really. Let's take the bronze scales. I don't know. I have a feeling it'll be useful. And if it's not, then on my head be it. So we want to get rid of the repulsor ASAP, so he doesn't clog up my deck with absolute nonsense. If I unload on him... Oh, Infinite Blades. That was a good card to draw into, actually. I'd like to have Infinite Blades for the rest of the fight. And I'll keep the dash just in case. These spiky boys are the worst boys. I hate them. Bouncing Flask would be really nice to play on a turn that I'm not about to get absolutely wailed on. There we go. Managed to get a Kunai proc as well. And I'll keep... Die is a very big risk here, so I'll keep Sucker Punch, maybe. Luckily, I'm beginning to apply poison a lot, so I could just do like a War of Attrition to win this if I absolutely have to. The only problem is this guy is going to explode on me. For 16. Okay, this is like the most block I can do here. And let's Bouncing Flask, because I want the poison on these guys as much as possible. There we go. And I will retain Catalyst. It's unfortunate, I couldn't do anything about that really. But the rest of this should be quite easy now. Oh. That's a lot of shivs. It's going to do 9 to me, and if I hit him once, I take 10. So you know what, actually I'm just going to sit here. They're gonna die anyway, they're dead. The only thing I would want is to maybe shiv it to what, like an alchemy. It's worth trying, I guess. That's not an alchemy. I should have used Catalyst. Oh, it doesn't matter. Whatever. It's over. I win. Don't worry about it. On to the next one. Keep it going. We got a regen potion enemy. Bouncing Flask plus... I'm being greedy now, and that's usually a bad thing, but I think for Time Muncher, that's going to be really useful for Time Muncher. And maybe... Actually, probably 1,000 cuts will do more. Now, let's upgrade the Catalyst. Even though the problem with Time Eater is that he does that thing where he cleanses himself at one point, which is very frustrating. Because you can't just like use a million... I should have used 1,000 cuts first, I think. You can't just use a million poison on him and then wait for him to die. And I think that's by design. He cleanses himself because the developers didn't want the fight to just be, oh, put poison and then wait. You have to still think about it a little. This is a hell of a lot of damage. Two acrobatics, really? Well, this is about as good as I can do. So 5 times 2 is 10. I do have the ability to apply weakness here. So he's going to do 6 now. I'll keep the... I will play this Bouncing Flask one day. Mark my words. Okay, today is that day, I believe. $16 poison. That's a good way to start things off. Thinking ahead. We'll keep the... I'll keep the crippling poison, I guess. It's a shame I don't have weakness here. Another Masterful Stab. Ugh. I'll do Blur, just in case I need it next turn. The extra block. I have a feeling I might want to block next turn. Yeah, that'll be why. So if I block, if I use dash here, I'll go up to 20 block. But if I weaken him, he'll lose 25%. What's 25% of 33? Oh, I'm very bad at maths, unfortunately. Something like 8 or 7 damage he would lose here. So it wouldn't be as good as dash. Right? Yeah, let's put him up to 46 poison. I should have shoved first there. Whoops. Oh, I don't know if I made the right call there. God darn it. So in school, my math education was basically fucked over a lot. My teacher, when I was about 11, just before we go into high school, about 12 in Scotland, and when I was 11, my teacher was off for a year, so we fell behind in maths and all other subjects because instead of getting another teacher in permanently to teach us, they got a lot of replacements, and we were misbehaving because we knew it wasn't our teacher anymore, and everything was just out of control. It wasn't good. And then after that year, I went into a class with about 40 students in it. Trying to learn maths, especially when you're going to high school for the first time and you're surrounded by people you don't know very well and it's all a bit scary and new. Trying to learn maths in that environment is just really shitty. It was chaos. It was chaos. There was too many kids around. I couldn't concentrate. I didn't really like high school because of that reason. I just found it a very bad way to learn. So then my maths fell behind even further then, although I was in the top class. Oh my god, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the thread and needle. That's going to be really useful. So then I fell behind even further at that point, which was not good. And then after that, in our second year, we had this temporary teacher. Losing backstab is a shame, but I feel like of all the things here, it's the least useful in the long run. We had this temporary teacher. You know, these type of guys that, like, as soon as they walk in, you're just like, I can just tell that you don't have the authority to teach a classroom full of teenagers. You can just tell. That's what this guy was, unfortunately. So that was another pretty much wasted year. Then we had this horrible woman the year after that who just read out of the textbook and she was clearly coasting through. She wasn't really trying. That's kind of why I'm very bad at maths. It's a bit of a sore spot for me. I feel like the education system kind of let me down on that one. And then, the last year of math that I did, my 4th year in high school. So bearing in mind the first year I was in a class full of 40 kids. Second year I had this guy who had no authority, couldn't teach teenagers. Third year, this woman who just read out from the book and was kind of phoning it in. So I was kind of disheartened by that point. I could have done better, yes, but you know, I was a kid. Oh, weird. Maybe I'll put you on top of the deck. Then for my 4th year, which is the last year that I would have done it at school, we had a teacher who actually, after I left, to be fair, why didn't I play accuracy earlier? He got suspended from his job because he came in while drunk. And he used to like really attack some of the students in our class when they were misbehaving and stuff. He was kind of dangerous and out of control. Angry man. So yeah, not a great way to learn, to be honest. If I can kill this guy in the back. I can't kill this guy in the back, can I? Not without taking a substantial amount of damage. That's basically why I have a sort of sore spot about being bad at maths, because I feel like I just very little chance for me to get good at it, you know? let's say about 5 years of really bad teaching just made it like I just didn't want to learn, you know? Oh, there's backstab again. I'll take the max HP. I'll rest up so I'm full. I'm ready to go. Alright. Anyway, enough about my past trauma about being raised in a bad education system. Let's do the time here, shall we? A free Wraith form is quite nice for this fight. Neutralized, because he needs to be weakened. Maybe should have used Venom first, actually. There's the Kunai proc. And then Blur, because I'll need the block. Okay, good first turn. He's already up to 7 though, so it's going to be hard for me not to make him proc his strength boost. I'm going to use dodge and roll and then pause this turn. I'll have an extra energy next turn because of Art of War. I want to try and get as much block going here as possible so that I don't get hurt. So that's 18. So actually I can just stop now if I wanted. I'm going to play that and then I'm going to doppelganger. Right, that worked out quite nicely. Oh, these are 2 powers that I want to play. I think I'll play Noxious Fumes because it's safer. And then I'm gonna have to block, aren't I? And I'll start using the regen potion now. This is a lot of damage to be taking. I'm a bit worried that I don't have enough block in this deck. Again, I can already proc his strength there, although I probably shouldn't have. I feel like I have to just kind of go fast more than anything now. There's Neutralize. Sucker Punch. Or I could do 1,000 cuts to do even more damage more quickly. I'm going to want to keep weakness up though. And I'm going to triple his Catalyst. And apply a deadly poison, I guess. This is a massive chunk of damage he's taking now. In fact, if I get lucky here, maybe I could get lethal. Probably not lethal, but that's a lot. I'm pretty sure I've just won there. That was perfect timing for the Catalyst. Another turn we're bouncing Flask. I'm going to do dodge and roll for next turn. Because yeah, he's going to do this now. So 10, 11, 12. Oh, I don't think I'm going to survive actually. I think I called it prematurely there. Neutralize. So he's going to do 30. There's leg sweep. And then blur. I don't want to play this Shiv because it's extra damage, yes, but it won't really be a kunai proc, and I want to have a couple of cards to play next turn. Oh, I'm going to be really close though. He's blocking this turn. Okay, this is my chance. There we go. Okay. Whew. I did it. Ascension 4, baby. It was all about applying as much poison as possible and going really fast before he blew me up. But I did it. That feels very good. That was a great deck to play. So much fun. I'm very happy with that. That is not an RNG combo of exhaust into Shiv that you are served often, but when you are served it, make the most of it. Go for it. Go ape, chimp out. As I just did with the catalyst. Just chimp out. Take all the cards. Blow it up. So, thanks very much for watching another episode of Slay the Spire. Just to reiterate that you guys do all owe me now $1 million because I got offered Sozu at the end there of the first floor. So I'll be expecting that in my PayPal account shortly after this video goes up. And until next time, thanks for watching so far. And we will do Ascension 5. Probably... Maybe I'll do Ascension 5 in the Ironclad. We'll see. Anyway, until then, take care, and thanks for watching.